Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Hey Mando, the Mandalorian wrap-up show that we do here every week on Jedi Talks podcast feed. I am your host, Brad Hughes. I am joined, as always, by the very cold, freshly off a run, Evan Boucher. What's up, brother?
Hello there.
How are you?
I am still out of breath, and it's only like a half mile, so I have fallen quite far from the good old days.
That's okay. I have too. It's all good. It happens. Just got to get back to it. I bought a bike yesterday, so that's
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
I'm going to get back into shape slowly while I watch my, for all intents and purposes, brother-in-law kill me. Okay.
Oh, he's gonna help you with biking, or like bike with you, or what do you mean?
When we're there, we
Okay.
have the Apple Watches.
Yeah.
Is my watch over there? Is it right there on the table?
No.
Where is it? I'll find it. It's here somewhere. So we have Apple Watches. We compete with each other, but I use the term compete real loosely because he's like a professional athlete.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got like a resting heart rate of like 42.
I used to have that, but right now it's like 200 foot. Like right now, literally sitting, it's like 242. It's like
Mine.
I'm still dying.
Mine the other day resting was 89, and I was like, that's not good.
No.
That's not good. And the other day resting, I was having a slight anxiety attack, and it was like 110 while I was sitting on the couch. I'm like, that's not good.
That's good for 2020. I feel like that's healthy for 2020.
But so he will go, and he already finished the workout this morning. It wasn't very long. He's on the road for work, but he was doing a stationary bike. And the other day when I was there, he went out for like a 3-hour ride and did 42 miles.
Whoa.
Yeah. And like can come back and is like, all right, let's go. Let's start the day. You're like, what? I would be dead for
It's like
a
the
week.
day's over now. You already did.
Yeah.
Your day's done.
So he's crazy, but
I don't know how I used to run 14 miles.
that's a lot.
Like,
man.
I don't know right now if I could manage more than like 3.
I did 6 yesterday for my first day on a bike, which I thought was okay.
That's not bad. Yeah.
It's not anything insane,
It's a
but
good
it
start.
was for someone who I literally haven't ridden a bike. I don't think since I was a kid. Like I don't think I've had a bike. I don't think I've had a bike as an adult.
I haven't had a bike since 2013 when my college snowplow ran over it. 'Cause
Really?
we had so much snow. It was the coldest winter on record.
Wow.
Like 6-7 years ago. And my bike was parked outside my college apartment. And it was covered in snow, and they just plowed over it. So I come out to my bike one day all horribly mangled.
That sucks,
And I
man.
haven't had a bike since.
That's really,
Yeah.
really, really lame. I'm sorry
Yeah.
that happened to you.
It's all good.
Before we start the episode, I need to thank several people. The first person I would like to thank is we actually may have a sponsor. I forgot to tell you this. We'll talk off air. But
Is it
I
Doc
wanted-
Ondar?
no,
Should be.
this episode brought to you by Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities.
I wish.
Bring your annual pass to get 20% off select items.
But cast members get no discount.
Really?
I don't think so. Do they? No, that was just lightsabers. Never mind.
Oh, I was like, they should. I
Yeah,
mean,
they
if you're
should.
getting everything with annual pass, you should get your. Whoever's left at Disney World should
Whoever's
get.
left. Oof. They're gonna fire Doc at this point.
Oh God, right. First person I would like to thank, and I'm not going to be specific, and there's a reason. It's not for anything other than I just want to keep certain things to myself. Thank you to Lynn Testa. He really hooked it up this week, and I really, 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 really appreciate it. We're going to have dinner one night this week, and I can thank you in person again. But thank you to you, and I also would like to send a shout out to my entire Facebook group for getting me the Rise of the Resistance Media Magic Band. I mean, this is crazy. I've only ever seen one for sale, and someone in my group had it for sale.
You're like straight up General Grievous at this point. You're like, this magic band will make a fine addition to my collection.
Yeah, this was crazy. I mean, this is the magic band that was given to the media for Rise of the Resistance Media Day. And I've wanted one for a long time. I almost had one at one point. But I'm very happy to have it and have it in my collection now.
He's literally wearing it right now.
I really haven't taken it off.
No, yeah, it's on his wrist, and we're doing a show, not in the parks.
I'm going to Hollywood Studios today for the first time. I can wear it where it's supposed to
Be
be worn.
flexing on them hoes.
Now I can't be on Rise of the Resistance because I didn't get a friggin' boarding group this morning.
You got the 2 p.m. drop still. There's hope.
That's not going to happen.
There's hope.
That's-
You pull off magic. It's never happened for me, but
It's never happened for me either.
You got that magic band, dude.
We'll see.
It's possible.
You know what my favorite thing about it is that this was an unlinked Magic Band.
Yeah.
So when I go to My Disney Experience, you can like on the website you can see your Magic Bands.
Yeah.
You can see this Magic Band on. I'm like,
Ooh.
yes, it's so dope.
It's official.
I think I sound hot over here. What's happening? Why do I sound like I'm blowing the speakers out?
I don't know, man.
I did a freaking sound check before. I didn't. Let me try this, and that should help
Better?
a little.
Better?
Yeah, that's better.
Noise.
I think it's better. Sorry if it sounds like crap. I don't know why. Today we are going to be doing chapter 14.
There you go.
The tragedy.
The spoilery titles are back.
Oh man, this
Such
one,
a spoiler.
So this one was rough for me. I didn't realize how much
Emotionally invested.
Yeah, I didn't realize how invested I was in the show, and this episode kind of just showed how much I was. Directed by Robert Rodriguez. Do you know who he is?
He's like Spy Kids guy, right?
I think he did Spy Kids, but
Yeah,
he's done like a bunch of other like actually good movies. He did
Spy Kids.
How dare you?
How dare you?
He did. That movie's not good, and you know it's not.
All three of them are amazing.
Are you serious?
Yes. Spy Kids 3D. Come on.
Okay.
Changed
I hope,
cinema.
I hope you're joking. You're
I actually
joking.
really like the first one, but the last two are terrible.
Okay.
But
I'll
I like the first one.
I'll take that. So he did Sin City. He did Spy Kids. He's done. He did Alita: Battle Angel that came out a few years ago, From Dusk to Dawn. Desperado, the Grindhouse film. He did Planet Terror with Tarantino, the double feature that they did that was Death Proof, and that I actually saw that in theaters. That was a cool experience. So he's done a lot of, some would say stylized
and
actiony kind of things, which
yeah.
he did Machete Kills.
Okay.
Once Upon a Time in Mexico. So those kind of movies.
Right.
Kind of like he's almost like a Tarantino light kind of guy.
This is a perfect episode or chapter or whatever for him.
Did
honestly.
you? I noticed a few things. We'll break it down like we always do, but I want to talk about this. The thing that stood out to me, and there's two things in this chapter that really stood out to me. One was how violent it was. And even for the Mandalorian, I mean,
Yeah.
it was like and I think it's because he directed it. I mean, that's his style. Is this
and
over
I
the
think
top.
they wanted to finally give some credit to Boba Fett.
I think so too.
They're showing like, okay, look, this could be our most violent chapter yet, and it's this character that everyone thinks is badass, but he's really not. But we're going to show that he is actually badass.
These people have not been fans in vain. I mean, that was one of the coolest.
I still don't really
redemptions.
care about Boba Fett, but I will say, okay, yes, you have a reason to like him.
Yeah.
I do finally give you credit.
I like Boba Fett. I just don't get the obsession with Boba Fett. That's what I don't quite get. I mean,
I get it now. Now there's a reason, but
yeah, but
there
up until last week,
Last
that
Friday.
wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was just because he looked cool,
Right.
like kind of like Phasma. Like Phasma just looks cool.
She does look really cool. I don't know. I like
think
Cardinal
Phasma
better,
and
but-
Parallel. I do too. But I think Phasma and Boba Fett are parallel.
Yeah.
Like, they're the
It
same-
could have been intentional. Like JJ could have done that intentionally.
had to be.
Yeah.
Like, give me somebody that looks cool in their armor, but doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
And I think that they're comparable.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Phasma show up.
So
in
maybe
this.
she's still alive. Boba Fett's still alive. Phasma's still alive.
I don't
That
think
armor-
Boba Fett.
That armor's blaster resistant, just like Boba's.
Yeah, but remember she fell down the fire pit.
Yeah. I feel like fire is
But she
not as
would've-
strong as a blast.
But she
bolt.
would have been around with the
Who
final
knows?
order and stuff.
Maybe.
I can't imagine she would just like maybe I wish that deleted
She
scene
was
had
only
stayed
out
in.
for herself, so maybe she said, "Screw the final order. Like I'm
Yeah.
out for myself."
That'd be cool.
Maybe she's a bounty hunter now or
that
something.
that would be dope.
Like, can you imagine?
That'd be sick.
That'd be cool.
She got away because everyone thinks she died.
Yeah.
Do you ever see the deleted scene from Last Jedi?
Yeah.
Where
When the
Finn's-
troopers like turn on her a little bit and she just blasts them.
Well, he tells them like she's out for herself. you
Yeah,
know,
and they're like, "Huh, he's got a
that
point."
scene should have stayed in.
Yeah.
like the
That-
fact that got deleted and Canto Bite, a lot of that crap stayed in is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That could be a whole nother episode for us, just like deleted scenes that should still be there.
Yeah, we definitely.
Like
need
for
to do
me,
that.
it's Kylo
I had
on
that.
the Falcon.
I had that
Like,
planned for a while where we're going to go through all the deleted scenes.
yeah.
I still have those notes somewhere. We'll have to do that. Let's do that on the next episode.
All right.
The next Jedi.
I'll give away one of mine. I just did, but Kylo on the Falcon
100%
in the Force
stayed in.
Awakens. It's not even that long. It's like
20 seconds.
Yeah, it's like 20 seconds.
Han
That movie
Solo.
wasn't even that long anyway, so it's like you didn't need to cut anything.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't trade anything from the Force Awakens. I don't think there's anything you could take out. Just
There's a lot you can take out. You can take
The
out
Force
most of the
Awakens?
Rathtar scene.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I hate the Rathar scene.
I always fast forward it.
Yeah, me too.
I've only seen it twice.
Yeah, there's nothing. You don't need it. It serves no purpose. It just
No.
kills the Guavian Death Gang.
Which aren't
And that's
major.
about
It's
it.
not like you know who they are. It doesn't
No,
matter.
it doesn't kill all of them either. I mean, they're still around after, but it kills like Satu Leach or whatever his name is.
Tasu
Tasu
Leach.
Leach. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get back to the tragedy. So this one was rough, man. It starts on the ship, and I have it pulled up.
This part's
now.
great. He keeps saying Grogu's name just to hear the child be like,
Yeah, and he looks at him.
and like look at him. And they like it's amusing to Din. Like he's amused. He chuckles a little bit. He's like, yeah, this is kind of fun.
Dank Ferrick, and he thinks he's upset, and he's like, no,
Yeah.
no, I'm not upset with you. So
Yeah.
so he gives him the little ball, and he's like, do it like you did last time. Like you,
Yeah.
he doesn't know. Why doesn't he know how to call it the Force yet? Like, I feel
don't
like
know.
Ahsoka would have said that to him.
I guess she didn't, did she?
No,
But like he knows it's called the Force.
does he?
I would imagine so. I guess not. He doesn't really know anything.
He just calls it like the strange powers or something.
Yeah, he's like he can do things that I can't explain, and like yeah.
And then the kid like takes it from him, and then he drops it after he goes, Dank Ferrick. He goes, no, I'm not mad with you. Like you did it. You're doing a good job. We got to get you to Tython and get you to the little seer stone that we need to get you to. I forgot. I meant to say this when we were talking about Robert Rodriguez. This episode looked like shit. The effects were terrible.
And it was weird because it was like filmed on location in like California, like Southern California. They just went out to a field,
It looks
a
terrible.
rocky field. And
The ship's landing looks
Yeah.
like a shitty video game.
yeah,
It looked terrible. Terrible.
yeah. I don't know why. It was just because it didn't match up, not being in the volume anymore. I don't know if that's why.
The volume, if the volume looks better, then just do the volume.
Yeah.
Because it looked like I was watching it during Thanksgiving weekend with family, and they were like, "This is Mandalorian." Like they don't really watch the show. They know
some
about
of it
like
looked like
maybe-
a fan film.
It-
Some of it,
It looked bad.
Yeah.
Like it looked like YouTube quality fan film.
yeah.
Like
And
it looked bad.
You're not like taken away from the episode because I think you really love this chapter.
This is my favorite
Yeah,
episode of the show
yeah,
so far.
so you're not like trying to like.
No.
crap on
I'm,
it or
I'm just saying
anything.
it just looked really bad. Like
Yeah.
it just does. I mean, not all of it, but it's mostly the stuff that with the ships landing, and
Exactly.
it just looks real rough. And
Well,
like all the other CGI looks fantastic.
I mean, we'll get to it in a second, but I think Slave 1 coming in looked good.
Yeah, all that looked
That
fun.
was the only thing that looked
It was
good.
literally the ships landing with the stormtroopers, and then
Right.
like the action was very Robert Rodriguez. Like you
Yes.
could see that he was like,
Yeah. The way it was
Directing
like
it.
shot and edited, it was just different angles and different like
Yeah.
frame rates maybe, I don't know. Yeah.
like slow mo was used a lot. That's
Yeah.
his thing. And
Not like super slow-mo, but you could tell it was slowed down a little bit.
yeah, and then like sped up sometimes too. Like
Yeah.
it felt like Sin City, Star Wars.
Right.
You ever seen Sin City?
No, but
It's
I've
good.
seen like clips and I know the pacing and
style.
style of it is very
Yeah.
unique.
So this episode is one of the things that I love about this season of Mandalorian. There's no like build up. The build up is
No,
already happened.
It just
like,
drops you in.
They
Like
go.
the
they're
Jedi
on
was
Tython.
Let me try again. Ahsoka Tano just murking people
Yeah.
5 seconds in.
5
Like
seconds in.
it just drops you in and doesn't let you speculate or build up. It's like, nope, this is it. We're doing it. Except for Gideon, they're building him up. It's like you'll do something. Just wait.
It's gonna be epic.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I think you're gonna
Yeah.
get it the last episode, maybe
Well,
next
we got
episode.
2
but
left, so
I
hopefully.
think next episode's gonna be him getting Mayfield out.
It's
and
got to
then-
be.
And then you see them team up again, and then you're
Yeah.
gonna see him again
Yeah.
in the finale with next to old Billy Freckle Tits himself.
Yep.
So they just drop it right onto Tython.
So many bald guys involved. Boba Fett's bald.
I know,
Mayfield's
right?
bald. Everyone's bald.
Everyone's bald. That's the
Grogu's
new-
bald.
That's the new look for Star Wars.
It
Everyone's
is.
bald. Bald white men. So they just go straight to the little Jedi. It's not a temple. What
no,
is this?
I was expecting like
Monolith?
an actual temple, but it's more like a Stonehenge.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it does.
Yeah,
It
it's
looks
just
like
a
Jedi
seeing
Stonehenge.
stone. It's just like a. It kind of looks like one of the save points in Fallen Order.
Yeah, it does.
It's weird. I don't know if it's intentional, but that's what it looked like. A meditation.
I think
spot.
it is intentional because
Could
I
be.
think Cal Kestis is coming.
I
I'm
hope
saying,
so.
I'm telling you.
You know, our friend Tom hopes so too. Like,
Yeah.
he's pulling for that hardcore.
I'm hoping it happens.
Fellow redheads, man, we gotta stick together.
You got to stick together. Y'all can
I'm
s-
half redhead, so I
You-
gotta stick together.
You redheaded.
Okay,
You got a ginger beard, bro.
exactly. That's why I gotta stick together.
You look like V for Vendetta right now with your
Is that good or bad?
the anonymous mask,
Yeah.
like the
Is that good or
mustache.
bad?
I don't know. It's
I
not
don't
bad.
know.
It's just
No.
it's what it is.
I was going for the Adam Driver goatee. So
Is that what
it's
he's
close.
got?
Right now, he's rocking a black goatee. It's really sick.
You look like a stage villain from
I'm fine with that.
wearing like you'd wear a cape and a top hat.
Definitely. Well, the top hat's not really me. I need a cape.
You'd be like you'd
Do
do
need
like a
cape.
smoke screen and then like run off cackling.
Like twirl my
See?
I'll be
You
back.
look like the bad guy from Rocky and Bullwinkle.
I was about to say, or like Snidely Whiplash.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Sully
him.
Whiplash, yeah.
Yes, I love him, so that's fine with me.
He's hilarious. So he gets him to the top of the mountain.
Just like plops him there. He's like, "Do your thing,
It's
kid."
like, do your thing, man. And so he starts playing with a butterfly.
Yeah, which those are in. Maybe it's a comic or some other media, but Ben Solo's involved with them somehow. So people are like, "Ben Solo, Ben." I'm like,
He's 5.
Yeah, actually, I think he's 4, but whatever.
He's a kid. He's not.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I mean, they wouldn't put blue butterflies there if it wasn't for some reason. But it's not like blue butterflies are.
I think it's just to
Ben
show him that
Solo.
he's distracted.
That too.
That's what I got from that.
Yeah.
It's just like he's not really focusing because you expect him to not do what he does.
Yeah.
And then the slave one comes down.
Yeah, and Din just automatically assumes this is bad. Like, does he know the slave one? Does he know Boba Fett?
I don't know, but the shot of it in the sky looks really good, but look how janky it looks landing.
No, yeah, I agree.
Watch.
It coming in looks good. That looks
That
it starts looking
terrible.
bad. Yeah, yeah. It just looks like it's green screen and someone just like pushed
Yeah.
it across. Yeah,
That looks so bad.
yeah. It looks like a PowerPoint slide.
So as it lands, he turns around and he sees him.
But how sick
Doing
was
the-
it to see the slave one again?
Oh,
Like,
dude.
yeah.
My son recognized what it was. I was watching
yeah,
it with
that's
him, and
sick.
he goes, "Dad, that's Boba Fett ship." And I was like, "God, I love you."
I know.
Do you think he's gonna take the slave one now?
Wait, I don't think he's gonna take it, but it's gonna be his ride now for a little bit.
Like, I mean, use it for now.
Yeah, yeah. With Boba, Boba's not gonna like, here you go, here's the
You
keys.
think Boba
Like,
Fett's gonna go with him?
yeah.
You think
He-
so?
At the end of the chapter, it's what he says. He's
Yeah,
like,
but I think
I still owe you. I have to save the kid with you. So.
I think they mean like, I owe. I mean, I think he is gonna help by giving him the slave one.
You think that? I don't know. I think his
I would love
personal like moral now.
So-
now he has morals all of a sudden.
So, dude, we
is-
get the Mandalorian. We're gonna get Cara Dune.
Right.
We're gonna get Mayfeld and Din Djarin all fighting against
Well, this
Moff
is the
Gideon.
the very bottom of my notes. Do we have like
Okay.
a Avengers team up?
I
Coming?
know this is like
Like,
this is
there's
gonna
so
be
many
epic.
characters. Grief could be involved. Kara, Din,
Ahsoka
Mayfeld,
Tano.
Boba could be involved. Fennec could still be involved.
Yeah.
Do they go pick up Cobb Vanth? Is he involved? Like
Cobb
you said
Vanth wouldn't
Ahsoka.
be as helpful
Do
without the
Carson
armor.
and Wolf, do they come in and help?
Dude.
Like, do we get Bo-Katan? Does she come in and help? Like, there's so many characters that could do in a like Avengers style team up
they
here.
could. And only 2 seasons in, they nailed
Yeah.
it. They nailed this season.
This is by far better than
Oh
season 1.
wait, it's not even
So much better.
close to me. Like
Yeah.
it's not.
No.
Season 1 does have payoff now because you're going to get this guy back, and I thought season 1 was a cool like way to start the show off. But this is how
Yeah.
I wanted the show to go.
Yeah.
And I got real nervous when they did the Frog Lady episode.
Yeah,
I
that
was
felt
like,
season
oh
1.
crap, we're doing this again. But
Yeah.
then they just picked right back up and kept going.
Yeah, that's the only
So-
episode that like you don't
I
like
still
you
think it's a-
need, but you don't like need it. Like it's weird. Like you need it because it shows how he gets to Trask.
Trask.
So like it shows how he gets there and how he gets Bo-Katan and like that makes
But
sense.
you could have just gone straight from there without having that.
Yeah.
Like there doesn't need to be a unless it's to set
To
up the New
show-
Republic helping
Yeah, I was
him
gonna
again.
say show Carson and Wolf.
Yeah, that's the only thing that. When you say Carson, I keep thinking of somebody else.
Yeah.
Don't say it.
No, yeah.
I keep thinking of someone else. So he's sitting there on the little seeing stuff. You see his little hands. He's doing like the whole
Like a
meditation,
meditation
thing.
thing. And then we get a blue sky beam. I was like,
really-
do we need a blue sky beam though? Like
I think it's cool. I think it's also I think just a visual thing for people to know if he's in trouble or not.
yeah.
And I think it's just a visual cue for
One
later.
also does show no one can get to him once it's going on.
Yeah.
Because Din tries to go grab him and
twice,
it shoots him
2 or
off.
3 times
I
actually.
think at least
At least twice.
But like yeah, and he's got Beskar on, so like he's not gonna get hurt by the sky beam, but he can't get to the child.
Yeah.
So as long as the child or Grogu is doing it,
Yeah, we got
no one
to
can
we
get
got
him.
we got to normalize
It's hard.
Grogu.
It's hard.
It is tough. So he
Hashtag
scans.
normalize Grogu.
He scans the little the slave one, and you see Boba Fett walk out of it, and then they go and have the classic standoff where Fennec Shand is it Fennec Shand or Shind?
Shand.
Shand, Shand.
Yeah.
Okay, Fennec Shand is got a rifle on Grogu.
But then again, I guess Mando doesn't know it at this time, but she couldn't actually hurt him if the sky beam thing's going on.
I don't know how that works. I mean, a bullet.
If you
would
can't
be-
walk through it, a blaster bolt probably can't go through it. Like if you're right there trying to put your hand through it, I don't know. I feel like it couldn't hurt him, but they don't
We
know
don't.
that.
It's just something we just don't know.
Fennec
until-
doesn't know that. Din doesn't know that. Like they don't know. So
I don't. I think it would kill him. I mean,
I don't know if we could get through the sky beam.
I don't know. But Boba Fett fires on him, and they have a little standoff, and she's like, he he pulls out the whistling birds again and is like, "I'll kill all of you. I'll kill you where you stand. I don't like. I'm not. You're not doing this," because he doesn't know if he's there for the kid, but he just wants the armor back. And they have this whole little exchange about the armor.
Yeah.
Boba Fett is a Mandalorian.
Yeah, turns out he really is.
So, thanks a lot, Lucasfilm, for making that confusing.
Yeah, so that I don't know, like I think they've kind of I think this might be the best term that we've
He's
had
a
in Star
foundling.
Wars for retcon, I think.
A foundling.
But yeah,
Yeah.
like retconning, I think, cuz like in season 2 of the Clone Wars, Prime Minister Almec, when they're talking about Jango, he freaks out and he's like, "No, Jango Fett is not a Mandalorian." He's like, "That guy is just an extremist. He's a terrorist. Like, he's not a Mandalorian." But that could just be from a certain point of view. That could just be Almec's point of view. So now it's come back that both Jango and Boba are foundlings, and Jango fought in the Mandalorian Civil War, and we get mentions of Concord Dawn, which is like the planet that Death Watch was exiled to in the Clone Wars.
I knew that sounded familiar.
And we get a mention of Jango's former mentor, which in the old EU and Legends, Jango Fett wasn't even Jango's real name. That was like his like bounty hunter name or whatever. So in
really?
Legends, the name Jaster Moriel, I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but Jester Moriel was Jango Fett's real name.
That's
But
a stupid name.
They've brought that in now
Jaster?
as Jaster, Jaster,
Okay.
Jaster Moriel. But now they've brought that in as Jango's mentor was named that.
Okay.
So now
Where'd you see that?
it's someone actually. I didn't do it.
The
I'm
chain
not,
code thing.
Yeah, someone
Okay.
did it.
I
Someone
saw that
translated
article
it.
and I was just like, I don't.
Yeah, someone translated that because it's written in like Mandalorian alphabet
Oh,
in
okay.
their alphabet. So like that's where we get that information. He says that armor's been in his family for like what, 30? No, he says longer than that. Like
Something like
a long time.
a long
Whatever.
time.
So that also changes canon. I think that Boba's armor is Jango's armor. 'Cause for the longest time, at least I thought he had just been collecting pieces of armor from random people.
So wait, the Boba Fett armor is Jango Fett's armor?
It is now.
That doesn't make sense. It doesn't. It's not the same. I mean, I guess
Well,
you could
can
paint it.
paint it
but
and it fades and gets beat up over time. But at least I think initially I read somewhere that it didn't
you're
used
gonna
to
wear
be.
the same helmet your dad got beheaded in?
Yeah, that's a little creepy to me. It's a little morbid.
That's dark.
So, but now apparently it's the same armor. It's Jango's now. It's Boba's now.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up. But maybe that's another reason why Jango's code or Boba's code now is more like you're basically Grogu's dad. Like I've seen what happened to me without my dad. So let's make sure this kid has his dad. Could be related, but they've kind of like retconned Boba Fett's backstory.
Interesting.
But it's cool that they're both Jango and Boba were foundlings. That relates directly to Din. It relates directly to Grogu. Honestly, Boba and Din are almost like the exact character now, to be
Yeah,
honest. Like
kinda.
they're both bounty hunters, they're both foundlings. They're both Mandalorians officially now, so like it's kind of odd to me to have them be the same character. But
I mean, yeah, but it's I don't think Boba Fett's the extreme version that Din Djarin is,
no.
and I think it's kind of like I honestly think that the Mandalorian was set out to be like they wrote it and pitched it as a Boba Fett and IG-88 show.
Yeah.
And then
100%.
Story Group was like, I like the idea of this, but it can't be those two characters. You know what I mean? And then they just kind of adjusted it to be a generic, quote unquote, generic Mandalorian and a
Right.
different,
But then they let Boba
Droid.
Fett come in and be a pretty big player now all of a sudden.
which is cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's a cool payoff because this goes
Yeah.
back to episode
The end of chapter 1.
4.
Well, actually,
of-
yeah, you're all the way back to the end of chapter 4.
To season 1 at
when we
chapter
thought
4.
Fennec Shan was dead. Well,
was
we
dead.
like who thought she was dead?
And we were saying
Really,
at the
no one
time it's
thought she
Boba
was
Fett
dead.
because of the Spurs. Remember? We
Yeah,
said it
some
on the
people,
podcast.
I mean, wishful thinking. It still would have been cool if it was why am I forgetting his name? Cad Bane.
Cad Bane.
That would have been cool
That would
too.
have been cool. I don't
But
think we're going to see Cad Bane, unfortunately. I
No.
thought we were for a
We're
while,
getting
but
we're getting a lot of cool characters, but I don't think we got room for him.
but that one would also just look weird in person. I think after seeing like Ahsoka Tano in person, it's like, how would you pull that off?
And we've seen
live action?
Duros before. They're in the cantina in A New Hope.
They
And,
are?
Yeah. They're the like really generic, actual like real life Area 51 looking aliens. Those are Duros. So that's what Cad Bane is. So it's like seeing those. I don't know how they would pull it off. It's like a main actual character.
Yeah,
Not
it'd
a background
It'd be
character.
tough.
Yeah. And we're getting a lot of cool characters. So I don't know if there's even room for him. But knowing what we know now, did anyone really think Fennec Shand was dead? Like, I don't think we thought that. We're like,
No, because my thing is if they showed her again, that means something's gonna happen.
yeah.
So she reveals too that she's like cyborg.
Just
Which
her like
is-
midsection.
But yeah, I don't
guess.
understand what that means. So it's just
Did we
like
need that? Like, I
I
mean,
don't-
she got shot in the stomach, but like,
that was a weird little reveal there.
yeah. But that felt very like Alita, like Battle Angel
Yeah.
or whatever when
Mhm.
she's like a robot. I haven't seen that movie.
I haven't either, but
she's like
it looked
a robot
it looked cool.
chick or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it felt very that.
So they kind of agree to like a ceasefire, and he takes off his. I thought he was going to get stabbed in the back, but I thought they're kind of making Boba Fett a bad guy here.
Yeah, I could kind of
But
see that.
I'm glad they're not.
No,
'cause I
like he's
like
getting
him.
redeemed, but I
Yeah.
kind of like initially was like, okay, what's gonna happen at the end? Is he gonna turn around and steal Grogu himself, or is he gonna try to take Din's armor, take that Beskar himself? Like I don't know what he's gonna do.
But he did show that he is Mandalorian because he agreed to his word. Like that's
Yeah.
like a thing with the
yeah,
Mandalorians.
and
So
Fennec is also in like a life debt. She's
Yeah,
saying
mhm.
so. Like that's cool that we're getting another life debt situation like in
Mhm.
Solo. Like that's coming around as
Yeah.
a more Star Warsy thing.
Mhm.
And that's been big in the past, in at least Legends and the EU, but it's really big nowadays. I
I
feel
like it. I think
Yeah.
it's cool. So he takes off the jetpack.
Oh yeah,
and
because he's like,
that's-
you're gonna fly up to the kid. He's like, take your jetpack off,
Yep.
set it down. And Mando's like, let's do this at the same time.
Mhm.
It's very standoffy, very Western.
Very cool little moment there. And then I forget what happens. Oh, then we get the stormtroopers come down, right?
They come down in very first order esque transports.
Yeah,
they look
very first
almost
order-esque,
just like what land
identical.
on Jakku, almost just like those things. And I love that. 'Cause I freaked out. I was like, it looks like the first order. I was like,
We
it's-
forgot to mention that he's there for his armor. He's been tracking him, and he's only there for. He's not there for the child. He's there for the armor. That's when they have the
Why
whole
didn't he
conversation.
just take it from Cobb Vanth? Like, wouldn't it have been easier just to go get rid of this tiny little Marshall guy as
Not
opposed
if-
to Din?
But I don't know. Like that's a really good question. I had the same thought, but I was like, there had to be something there where he was like hard to get to or didn't know exactly where he was
and
for a while.
to get a gaffy stick like he had to do something involved with the Tusken Raiders.
Tusken
Did
Raiders.
he kill him?
I
Did he
almost
live
said
with them?
Tauntauns. Jesus Christ.
Like, did he live with them? Did he kill one? Like, yeah, that's a whole other like side story.
So as soon as the Imperial ship arrives with the stormtroopers, Din starts running back up the hill towards the child. And this is another scene where it just looks terrible. It looks way better on a small screen, but I was watching it on my family's massive 70-inch 4K HDR whatever
Nice.
massive TV.
Yeah,
and
so
just-
all
it
the
looked-
little
it looked
imperfections
bad. It
really
looked
show
bad.
up on that.
And so he tries to go and grab the kid. He's like, "We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta. It's not time. We don't have time for this." And he reaches through, and gets blasted back again. And this, I think he got like hurt this time because he's slow to get back up. Then it switches back over to Boba and Fennec, and they just start picking off these stormtroopers
Yeah,
and
just one by one.
just murking these dudes. And you get to see like Boba's got this like long rifle. Is
Yeah.
that something he's had in the past? I don't remember. I don't remember.
I don't
that.
know where he picked that up
Okay.
either. It's the same with the gaffy stick. Like, I don't know where he got these things.
Okay. Just starts picking these stormtroopers off one by one, and it's pretty dope. And then at one point, he looks over and sees the Razor Crest,
Yeah,
and the doors open, and he just goes in and grabs his armor. And
like this is the point where like, is he just gonna backstab Mando and take the ship and just leave, fly away? Like that's when you don't know. But then you see him, you get the reveal. He comes back with his armor on, and then you're like, okay, no, he's actually keeping true to his word. He's gonna help out. He's
I don't
actually
like
a
the thing
decent
that
guy.
I've been seeing. People are saying like Boba Fett looks fat. He put the armor over a robe.
Right? I know. I didn't get that at all. I didn't think he looked fat.
I'm sure if he takes the robe off, puts him like
He's got a
Tamora
dad
Morrison's
bod.
not in shape.
He's got a dad bod, bro.
but he
No,
doesn't.
he doesn't.
It's just this thick ass robe.
Yeah.
And then
And
he
also, the last time we saw it was on Cobb Vanth, and that man is tiny.
tiny, yeah.
So like,
He looked emaciated.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you this because I thought of you the first time I watched this episode because they start doing the where he beats the shit out of these stormtroopers with a stick. Did you like this more than you normally do?
Yeah, because I have an issue in Rogue One when Chirrut had just
With
a
a
stick
with a
and he's
stick.
killing people.
It's so
But-
ridiculous.
Yeah, but here, like, we see the stick shatter the armor. Like,
Yeah.
okay, when that happens, I'm like,
Okay,
okay, I can
makes sense.
believe that. But like, we don't see that in Rogue One. They
No.
just like get hit in the head and then fall down. It's like, if I have a baseball bat on and you pick up a stick, or a baseball helmet on and you pick up a stick, you might like stun me for a second, but I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna fall down dead. But this is different because the armor shatters and cracks and
yeah,
breaks.
he murks these dudes,
yeah,
and it looks. This is such Robert Rodriguez style.
yeah, it
Like
looks
all
very
the
so much like it.
dramatic angles and the
Yeah. Almost some of them are like Dutch angles almost, but like there's like zoom ins and zoom outs even like. But even like the pan down of the reveal, is it a pan down or up of the reveal that he has on his armor again?
I don't remember.
That
I think it's
reveal
a pan up.
it's very cool and very badass, but like it just feels something that Robert Rodriguez would do.
Yeah. I also wanted to ask you, because you know more about like, oh, hang on. They're out there doing lawn work. We're going to keep going. Sorry about the background noise. At least it's not kids screaming this time. The little, like, this reminded me of, like the little Green Army Men toys?
Yeah.
And like the one that's like kneeling on a canister?
He's putting, why am I forgetting what it's called?
I don't remember either, but this guy.
A mortar. He's putting down like a mortar
yes.
to launch. We've never seen mortars in Star Wars.
Is this a new Stormtrooper? The yellow guy with the...
Yeah.
Or is this just something that I don't know as well, because I just don't know.
No, he just has that shoulder thing, right?
It's yellow, but he's got yellow markings all the way down to his chest, around his legs, around his arms.
That part's new.
I thought it was new. I don't remember ever seeing that before, but I thought that was a really cool look.
I didn't catch those yellow markings. I've only seen this chapter once.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've seen it 4 times. I've seen it a bunch of times.
Nice. Okay, so he's definitely new.
Okay, so then they just start. They're still picking these things off. Din Djarin still hasn't woken up. I mean, he got messed up the last time he tried to grab.
He was up there for a minute.
Kid.
Yeah.
And this is just a few minutes of them just picking stuff off, and then she pushes the boulder down, which I thought was pretty stupid.
Why the heck can't they just step to the side?
I don't know.
Why do they have to run in a straight line and get away?
It looked like he was trying to shoot the rock and like.
Yeah, then he just like holds his ground.
He stays there like
that. The web.
You literally just have to stop and just move over 3 feet.
Yeah, move over 3 feet. But it was cool seeing a web cannon again. But like, just move aside and the boulder will pass you. You'll be fine.
So then Finnick is like, Finnick's taking a long time to kill these dudes, and then another stormtrooper deployment ship touches down, and God, that looks terrible. It looks terrible even on the small phone. And so just more come out, and then this is where we see Din pick back up, and he can scan and see like all the people down there fighting. He tries to grab the kid again, but he stops. No, does he stop? So this might be the 3rd time he's tried to do it. So this is he does try 3 times to grab the kid, and boom, gets blasted back again. And he's like, all right, well, hurry up.
Yeah.
And runs down and goes and tries to help, and I think this is where Boba Fett shows back up. But the second he turns around and runs away, the child stops. Mm-hmm. And I knew that was going to happen. Mm-hmm. I was like, they're definitely going to, like...
Because Grogu's starting to listen to Din a little bit, so like...
I don't think you could hear him, though.
You don't think he could?
No, I think he was just...
He just get exhausted. He's just tired.
Yeah, and then they show him, of course, like, fall over on the rock, and I was like, oh, no, he's not going to die from this now.
We know he's not going to die from that. He's done, well, probably equally hard things, and just taking a nap.
But, this is where it starts to get rough, because...
So, why does Boba fly up in the Slave One? Does he fly up to investigate where the ships are coming from?
No, remember he's going to kill the stormtroopers, and then goes like, don't do it. I don't want him to get hurt. Like if.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that comes later. The Dark Troopers.
That's later.
Yeah. The Dark Troopers.
We were right. They're animatronic or like robots.
Straight up, droids.
So Din and Fennec Shan are still taking on all these people. He uses his little whistling birds, which I love those freaking things.
He's got to be out of them by now, right? Like
it looked like he was gone there.
They've got to be.
But remember, he's got so much Beskar.
Yeah, but he's not making the whistling birds.
It's a pan up. Boba Fett smacks him in the face and shoots him.
That's such a Robert Rodriguez reveal.
Yeah, it is.
It's like one of those stylized, like comic booky looking, like anime looking reveals.
Yeah, and then you see the thing. Did you notice the thing with his knees? He's got like a thing in his knee.
This is from an old like visual dictionary book.
Really?
Like one of his armor shots in a visual dictionary is like it mentions that it has missiles that come out of his knee.
That's awesome.
He's never used or we've never seen. He's never even used them in comics or anything. It just
that's amazing.
We know they're there, but he's never used them until now.
And he just murks all these dudes and just kills everybody to the point where the stormtroopers that are there just start running off. And then my favorite thing in this episode, this was very Jon Favreau.
That it happened, but okay, wait.
No.
Your favorite thing?
No, the ships take off to leave. And he targets it, and it shoots into the one that's like a little bit above it, and it crashes and falls down.
Target thing comes down from his visor,
dude.
And then he leans down a little bit so he can shoot the missile from his jetpack.
It's so dope.
Yeah, and
so
then he
cool.
just turns around and walks away.
It's very Jon Favreau,
very
Iron Man.
Jon Favreau. But then Din's like, "Nice shot,"
and he's like, "I didn't think it would do that," or something like that.
No, he goes, "I was aiming for the other one."
I was aiming for the other one.
Such a great line.
So cool.
But
So
we
then,
finally seen Boba Fett do something. Like
Yep.
killing all those stormtroopers was cool and it was shot well and edited okay. But like, I think this showed how badass he was. I was like, okay, Boba Fett is actually what people have thought he was. Like,
Yeah.
he's finally
he's been
become.
redeemed.
Yeah, he's finally become a character to like for a good reason, not just for no random ass reason.
Yeah. So then immediately after this, a single blaster fire
Comes out of the sky, just straight down.
and destroys the Razor
The
Crest.
Razor Crest.
I was not expecting
No,
this.
man, I was
This
not.
caught me off guard.
I was like, that's the tragedy? Like, okay, it's not what I
yeah,
thought it was.
So what is the tragedy?
Well,
the kid's
both.
gone?
Yeah, well, that's the big tragedy.
Or is this episode just a tragedy? So it's just like everything in this episode just like goes horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah. But like at first, when you get the title card, it's like, oh crap, something's happening to
Yeah.
Grogu. But then when this happened, it's like, oh, maybe that's the tragedy. It's like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. I can live. It sucks still, and like he just spent all this time and money fixing the Razor Crest, and Hasbro just put out a huge toy set for the Razor Crest.
Now you get like the pieces.
Yeah, so maybe that's the tragedy. But no, later on we get a bigger tragedy.
But so then he goes through the wreckage and he finds two things.
Well,
he
yeah,
finds
this later on he finds the
the
Beskar,
Beskar staff, and then he finds the
little
ball that he was playing with that
yeah,
he's
from
like
the
obsessed
joystick.
with.
Yeah,
Which was very
that
sad.
that hits home.
And
It's
then
like,
you're
ooh.
just like, oh god. And
Yeah.
he puts it in, you know.
Well, because that's what motivated him to save Grogu in season 1.
Yep.
Seeing that little ball.
That's like the little the token kind of from what's the movie Inception. Like the
I haven't seen it.
It's not the same thing, but it's kind of like it. Like in Inception, that's like a they call it an anchor. What do they call it?
I
forget.
No clue.
Maybe I'm misremembering the movie. I don't know. Don't listen to me.
So does this mean that Mando's pulse rifle is gone? 'Cause
Yeah,
we haven't seen it for a while anyway.
The whole ship's
but
gone. I mean,
if
everything's
he
gone.
grabbed a spear and the ball, that's it. So the pulse rifle's gone.
Pulse rifle's gone, dude.
But
That's what it sounds like.
Nerf just put out a pulse rifle Nerf gun.
Yeah, they
It's
like money.
bad timing. I'm gonna get it. Have you seen it?
It's
It
sold out
looks-
from what I understand.
It's gone already.
Yeah,
Ugh.
of course,
You've
man.
seen it. It looks just like the gun. It's so awesome.
It looks cool.
I want it.
Is it like the right size and everything too?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I just saw a picture of it. I didn't see it with anybody holding
Gotcha.
it. So I don't know if it because that thing is like
It's
5
long.
feet
It's
long.
like- it's long.
4 or 5 feet
Yeah.
long. So I doubt it's gonna be full size.
I would
but
love a
I
full
still want
size
it.
one.
Yeah.
You can like go on Etsy and find like people who make props like
Oh
that,
yeah.
but like full size.
They have.
It's really
There's
cool.
wayfinders from episode 9 on
Really?
there. Yeah. There's the Pisana necklace that Ray wears. They have so many obscure things.
Pisana necklace. What is
The
that
one that
look like?
Kylo snatches off Ray.
Oh yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
Pisana necklace.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want a Sith Wayfinder because that's one of the dumbest things in Star Wars.
But only 2 were made.
Oh, I'm thinking of the. Sorry, not the Wayfinder. The Wayfinder's dope.
Oh, you mean the dagger?
I'm talking about the
They have the
dagger.
daggers too.
Oh, see,
they
that,
have that on Etsy.
That's one of the dumbest things ever made. The Sith Wayfinder is cool. I wish they'd make
I
it a
love those
holocron.
things. They should sell it at
I
Doc's.
know, it'd be so dope. So
Which,
anyway,
which also though, Doc has Din's helmet and actually has the pulse rifle. So wait, so it did survive, I guess, right?
maybe
How
it did. I
And
don't
how
know.
did he get Din's helmet?
I don't
Is
know.
Din gonna die? Is he dead?
I think so.
And that's how Doc. So there's been a spoiler in Galaxy's Edge.
I've been saying
For
that
years.
since the whole thing came out. It was obviously doesn't end well for the Mandalorian,
No.
unless he just like gives up his armor.
And eventually he's gonna come around to being okay to take off his helmet.
Yeah,
so
and
maybe
he,
he
like,
takes it
loses-
off and Doc steals it or something.
So then
What
it
if Doc
pans-
shows up? That'd be awesome.
Dude, I would freaking
I would
love
freak
that.
out.
That'd be
Or
amazing.
Oga, or because
Somebody.
we haven't actually ever seen Oga. We've seen her in a book, but that's just words. Like we haven't seen a picture.
Yeah, you have.
We have.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. She's in.
She's in the book.
Yeah, she's in. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's pictures of everybody.
She's a Bluetopian, so
Mhm.
we've seen her and we've seen her species. But it'd be awesome to see her in a TV
I've
format.
got an Ogos for tomorrow.
Oh, I haven't been to Oga since October. It's so hard to get.
It's impossible. We
I
found
know.
one randomly tomorrow for like 9:15 in the morning.
I hate.
Like, am I really gonna drink at 9:15? Yeah, I am.
Yeah, we drank at what, like 7 on opening day.
It was like 6.
6. Yeah, I went back 2 other times. I drank 3 times on opening day. 6 a.m., like 9 a.m., and then like 6 p.m.
See,
Just
now that I
all
can
day.
go and just do like I can bike it all off and like it's a fun exercise and like I
Right.
can just go and like I don't know, like I don't realize how far it is to Chipotle. You know what I mean? And it's like
Yeah.
6 miles, but it feels like it's just a minute or
You
two
can
down
take
the
a
road.
bike ride there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty dope.
You could bike ride to Galaxy's Edge.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Park your bike.
I wonder how. I actually might go to Disney property today. That actually would.
You could
be
definitely
cool.
get to Springs.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
It's, Springs and Backs is probably. Well, it's probably about the same.
Yeah.
Length as I did yesterday. Anyway, it pans up and you see Moff Gideon's ship and
The
he
Archidance class
he
cruiser.
sends down the what are they called?
The Archidance class cruiser.
Yes, but what are the little soldiers called?
Oh, the Dark Troopers.
The Dark Troopers. That's right.
Them things ain't little, bro.
No,
They
they're not.
thick.
They're
They
thick.
So that's why Slave One flies up. He's like, I'm gonna go find out where these things are coming from. And he's like, holy crap! The
Well, no,
Empire.
he initially goes to save the kid.
Right, yeah.
And
then
then
Din's like, don't do
Din's
it.
like, don't do that because he doesn't want him because he doesn't
can't
have his
shoot him.
jetpack on. He can't like catch him midair.
Right, and when Boba told him to take his jetpack off, that came back at the end of the episode where it's like he doesn't have his jetpack.
Yeah.
And it's like I kept saying it and thinking it like, Din, go
Go
get your
get
jetpack.
the-
Go get
yep.
your jetpack. You gotta go get it.
So you see Sleepy Boy,
So sleepy.
Grogu, and he wakes up and he's like, "Holy crap, what's happening?" And as he's walking up to the little monolith thing, they take off with Grogu. And I
And
was
when
crap.
the Dark Troopers like landed around the Seeing Stone, it felt very Iron Man 2.
Oh yeah,
I love
totally.
Iron Man 2. I'm one of the few people that
I like the movie too.
Yeah, I love Iron Man 2.
I'm
So that felt just like at the end of Iron
actually
Man
like
2.
Iron Man 2 better because it's more
Than
Iron Man.
1?
Yeah, because Iron Man
Whoa.
1 is like the story of Tony Stark,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
exposing crap
And
in
in
the company.
Iron Man 2
and-
would get like his dad basically being Walt Disney.
yeah,
That
he does
was
the
so
World's
cool.
Fair and like
Yeah.
it was so
and
cool.
his mustache and his videos, like his dad's basically Walt.
Howard Stark's awesome.
Yeah.
So you see Boba Fett piloting the Slave One, which is one of the coolest things in modern Star Wars.
Yeah.
And he goes like,
He's like, holy crap, the Empire's
disengage,
back.
don't shoot him. He's like, okay, well I'll do like a loose follow.
Yeah.
And he goes up and he sees the thing. He's like, this isn't a spice dream.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
seeing it with my own two eyes. Like this
Yeah.
is the Empire is still here and they're back. And he's like, I'm like kind of disengaging, and then you see him just blast off into hyperspace. And you're just not.
Oh
him,
yeah, I was like, no,
the
Boba doesn't. But
Moff
the
Gideon
Arcaden's
ship.
cruiser just shoots out and they're gone.
And it's gone. And then you're just like, okay, so you're on this planet without your ship.
Yeah. And you
Kid's
just got,
gone.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
What? And it's just, I was just like, the whole time I watched this, I'm just like, oh God, what's gonna happen? So this is when he finds the other stuff in the ship. So we'll get past that. And that's when Boba Fett's like, hey, he's like, thanks for helping me get my armor back. And he's like, no, we haven't even sealed the deal yet, because this is when we find out the chain code stuff. He's like, until the kid's safe in your return, we're still in your debt. And so then they go off to Navarro, where they find
Right.
Cara Dune,
Mhm.
and he kind of goes like, hey, I need you to help me break out some guys. She's like, well, I work for the New Republic now. I
She's
can't.
like, I really can't do that.
And
So,
he's like, they have the child. And she's like, I'll tell you everything.
her character tends to just turn quickly. Like, because when we met her in season 1, she's like, I'm not a joiner, I'm not going to help. But then, like, she turned and helped Mando quickly.
I think
and
every-
then here, we see
All
her.
things are possible through Grogu. I mean,
Basically.
everyone loves this kid.
But, like, she turned also quickly, though, when Carson handed her the Marshall medal. She was like, I don't really want it, whatever. But, like, now, literally a day later, she's like, I'm a Marshal now. I work for the New Republic. It's like, do you
I think she
think
just
about
pretends.
things, or do you just
I think she
jump
just
in?
pretends to be.
Not
Pretends to be
interested,
not interested,
but she
and
really
she
is.
wants to be. She's a
Okay.
friggin' shock trooper.
I know, but, like, she's acting all like, I'm too good for that. And all of a sudden, a day later, nope,
I
I'm a
don't think
Marshal
it's,
now.
I don't think that
Like,
it's too good. I think she drives a hard bargain kind of character,
but she doesn't.
but she does because she's like, no, I'm
She
good.
plays
But
it,
they want
but
her.
literally a day later, she's like,
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. So he basically goes, I need to help. I need to get Mayfeld out. He's a sharpshooter.
Yeah.
So I wonder how that's going to play into his plan. And I was right. I told you Bill Burr was coming back. I told
Yeah.
you. I told you.
Yeah.
Um,
But if we still don't know what they're made out of, but if the Dark Troopers are made out of Beskar, a sharpshooter isn't going to do anything because you'll
would
shoot
they
him
be
with a
made out of
blaster.
Beskar?
They were, like I said, last episode we did, in Legends, they were made of something called Frick.
That's
which,
right,
Which was
okay.
Beskar, basically.
Okay.
It's resistant to lightsabers and blasters. And
That
it's
would
like-
be very interesting.
so if they're made of Beskar, that'll be the reveal. Like, maybe Mayfield shoots him and nothing happens, and he's like,
Nothing's happening, Mando.
right? Like, yeah.
Jesus
So,
Christ, Mando.
Dank Ferrick. He'll say Dank Ferrick.
Jake Ferrick.
Dank Ferrick, Mando.
I'm telling you, it's not working. I love Bill Burr. So then it shows back on Moff Gideon's ship, and there shows him. This is one of the coolest shots.
Well, that female Imperial cadet or whatever she is shows up again.
That's so dope.
Yeah, I love that shot.
That
Him
shot
on the
is so
bridge,
dope. Oh,
staring
it's
out the
so-
window.
so
Very
good.
Vader.
Very Vader.
Which is both Esposito and, like, I feel like Filoni's and Favreau's inspiration for this character.
Oh, for sure.
They
I mean, even
all are
with the
making
chest
him
piece, it has like a light
black
up thing
cape,
on it.
black
Yeah.
chest piece with lights. Yeah, he's I think in and out of universe, he's really very Vader. He's inspired by Vader.
He's awesome.
The Dark Troopers even kind of look like Vader. a
Yeah,
little
the
bit.
helmet definitely
So,
does.
Yeah.
It was like, especially like old like Ralph McQuarrie concept art.
Yeah.
Like that, like those angular
Yeah.
lines that they have that look
So
very much
like
like
Gideon's almost in a way like basically Kylo Ren. He's like idolizing Vader.
that. Yeah, pretty much. And there's someone in the Empire at this point would idolize Vader and may
Right.
not know what happened.
I mean, I did when I was a kid. So
Got
yeah,
in trouble for it.
yeah.
So they walk down the hall.
It's because I'm a
and
terrible
he's going
person,
to
bro.
he's going to see the child. And
They walk into the prison cell, and he's just throwing these guys around.
I just now
Ragdolls.
noticed you can actually see the darksaber on his hilt. Or the hilt on his.
I haven't noticed that.
Yeah.
Which
It's hard to tell. But
Which this brings up this question that annoys the hell out of me. We talked about it the other day. Is on Rise of Resistance. I finally noticed it on ride number 28. It doesn't make any sense to me. Where the hell is Kylo's lightsaber hilt?
I don't know.
Because he obviously has a saber. Spoilers for Rise, because he stabs it through the elevator and he walks down the hallway with it. But when you see the animatronic of Kylo twice, there's no lightsaber hilt in his hand, on his belt, nowhere. So I don't know, why did they leave it off the animatronic?
Bet you it was just because when it's on a person, like unless they made like a weightless one, but then it wouldn't look as good. Like if you could make like a,
You could hollow one out, just have it be the shell. It would look fine.
it still would be heavy. You'd literally have to have like a styrofoam made one. But I bet you it was because it was just too heavy to put on the belt. Because on a person it holds up because you have mass.
Yeah.
Because animatronics are skinny.
Yeah.
They're not very big. So
No, they want
that
them to
would
be as light as possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I bet you it would probably maybe they had it on there at one point and it like slowed the movement down or something.
Maybe.
It could be that. There has to be a reason.
There's got to be. But it just,
There is no reason, however, for Poe's X-Wing to
No.
be orange and black.
no. Those are two big things. You hate that, and I hate no lightsaber.
I get it. Yours makes more. Well, they both make sense,
They both make sense.
but yours is more practical because you see him use it. And
Yeah.
then it's like where you just toss it aside or something.
he just yeets it.
And then you go in. This is one of the coolest scenes of the whole show because you see Grogu sitting on
Just
on the thing and
Tossing them.
he's just throwing these dudes
He's
across the
yeeting
room.
them. Just yeeting them back and forth.
Yeeting them back and forth, dude. Just going in. And these guys are just helpless. I mean, they're just like
Yeah.
they're like just getting
And,
tossed
and
around.
one of the troopers that's with Gideon raises the blaster. He's like, should I stun him? Like, what should I do? And Gideon's like, no, let it go.
And he's so cute, man. They can't kill
He's
this character.
cute when he's evil too. Like he's being super evil right now.
Well, he's not being evil. He's protecting himself.
Well, force choking is dark side though. Like so, he's being evil.
He's not force choking anyone.
Okay,
He's
you're
not.
right. He's just lifting him up.
He's
yeah.
lifting him around. He's holding them in
There's
place.
no force choking.
Oh,
at
that
all.
guy on the right is
Yeah.
going like.
Yeah, he's being straight up dark side, bro.
Oh, you're right. I never caught that.
That's why Gideon's like, let it go. Like, let him embrace this.
And then he gets tired again.
Yeah.
I didn't check. I didn't notice
Yeah, bro.
the guy on the right getting choked out.
Yeah.
Whoa.
This was the best part of the episode for me. The
And
best
then
part
he's
of the
like,
chapter
"You're
was all
so.
this.
It makes you so sleepy
Yeah.
using the force."
He's
don't
like
you?
taunting him and teasing him. This is peak
And then he pulls
Gideon.
out the dark saber, and I was like, "Oh God, he's gonna kill him with the dark saber." But he needs him alive, so he's not gonna kill him because
Yeah.
he needs the blood.
Yeah.
So he tries to use the force to take the lightsaber from the
He's
dark
like,
saber from Gideon. He's like,
uh-uh.
you've seen these from
Yeah.
your
They
time in the
recognize
temple,
this?"
right?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "You're not ready for this yet. You could put an eye out." That's literally what he says.
Yeah.
And he puts it away, and he's like, shackle him or whatever, and they stun him and put these little tiny handcuffs. And make no mistake, they're gonna have a child with handcuff plush.
Oh yeah. And a Funko Pop, and no question. No
So
question.
it's super cute, and he says, "Tell Dr. Pershing we have the donor."
Right.
So interesting. I don't know what they're gonna do with this. I mean, I
Take
think
blood. Take more blood,
think
man.
he's gonna be in season 3, Moff Gideon.
You better be. I'm gonna
I don't think
riot.
so.
I'm
I
gonna
don't think
riot.
so. I don't think so. I think you're gonna get one badass scene with him, and then he looks so helpless with his little handcuffs
know.
on. Poor Grogu. And that's the end of the episode. And you're like, "Thanks, guys." John Favreau wrote
That's
this
the
episode.
tragedy.
That's the tragedy.
That's the real tragedy, right
John
there.
Favreau wrote this episode, and it was every week. I swear to God, I've been saying it's my favorite, but this one was like so good to me, even with the things I didn't like about it.
I still think for me, what's
still
it
think
called? The Siege. That's my favorite.
I still think I like the Tatooine episode the best, actually. Like
Yeah.
we won't know until we go back and watch them again.
No.
But the Cobb Vanth stuff was just like I was like, okay, you're actually paying attention to like the details of this.
Yeah, that was the
universe.
first time
Dude,
this
I'm
season.
freezing in here.
That set the tone for this whole season. I am too, though. I'm getting cold.
It's so cold. We're usually hot and sweaty in here, but it's
Yeah.
30 degrees this morning in Florida, like 38 or
I
something.
know.
We had
I've
a
moved
frost.
down here for, mostly Disney, but to get away from cold. And it's
freezing
cold
today.
again, just like last winter. And you guys were all like, "Don't worry, it's not normally like this." But
It's
here we
not.
are.
This is abnormal too. I mean, it was
I don't
95 on
know.
Christmas 2 years ago,
I missed it.
so you missed it. Well, the good old days.
Yep, I brought the cold with me.
So let's get some predictions for the next 2 episodes. My predictions are
I hate your predictions.
why? Because they're usually right.
I hope they're not right. Because if these are right, I'm like already out. Because like See, it's so weird. We talked about this, and I don't make any sense. But I'm not loving Mando, but I'm loving Mando. It's so weird. So like,
Yeah,
you said it.
explain yourself, because this makes no sense to
We're
me.
getting everything that we and I want, but somehow I'm not amazed. I don't know. It makes no sense to me. I can't even explain it because
Now,
I think
are you identifying as a woman today because you don't know what you want?
apparently, yeah.
Is that what's going on? Is this the problem? You're just
Uh-huh.
identifying as a female, and
Yep.
you're just like don't know what you need.
Time to find some man and make random accusations and lies against him.
Shh, hush,
Should I pick you?
hush,
Should I do it against you? I'm gonna.
hush,
Let me
Hush,
jump back
hush,
on
hush.
Twitter.
hush, hush, hush.
But I think I just have to adjust to this serialized form of storytelling with Star Wars. Like I just have to adjust to it because like we haven't had anything like it before. Rebels kind of, but it wasn't quite like to this extent. And really, like Rebels ended up, he wasn't there in season 1. I don't know when he jumped in, but when Thrawn came in, we finally had like an overarching villain that our heroes could go against, and he was in at so many episodes once he finally was introduced. But Gideon to me is like kind of like that Thrawn feeling, where it's like he's obviously the overarching villain, but like he hasn't been in every episode since he's been introduced, and he's been very sparingly used, and that's a good thing most
Yeah,
of
I
the
would say
time.
that's a good thing to me.
You don't want to overuse somebody. Like that's in a way what they've done with Vader recently for me, and now I'm not as in love with Vader as I used to be as a kid. But like there's a fine line, and it's either you oversaturate him or you don't use him enough. And for me right now, I don't think you're using Gideon enough. Like I need a villain. There hasn't been like a villain like
But that show isn't a villain kind of show.
But there needs to be. Like you have to have something for your hero to go up against. That's
You
not
you
oh,
do.
he killed a sandworm. Oh, he killed a spider.
But that's
oh,
not
he
true.
killed, like,
But that's not true though. You know that he's tracking this guy.
yeah.
You know that he's trying to find him. So you know in the back of your head whenever you're watching. That's what makes the show brilliant. Is whenever you're watching every episode.
It's just the
at
tension
any moment
of he could be there.
exactly.
But he never is.
But he was because he just destroyed the ship.
Okay. So,
Like
yeah.
that tension is what the buildup of the tension is what makes the moment of the Razor Crest important.
Yeah.
If that happened in the first episode, you'd be like, well, okay, but you get this whole buildup of all these episodes.
It's the Jaws
and
effect,
him not even
really.
knowing that he's alive until the third or fourth episode.
Right, and that's
still.
why I love the siege so much. Is we get
Yeah.
some Gideon, and it's like
He was like, "Holy crap,
it's
this
like,
guy's still
oh,
alive!"
He's still
and
around.
then
yeah, we
that-
thought he was dead.
But see, that all has to happen the way it happened, or it's not as good of a payoff.
Yeah. So
'Cause-
it's
'cause,
the Jaws effect, really.
Yeah,
That's what
it is.
Yeah.
You're using it as sparingly as possible, but
Mhm.
only in moments that absolutely need it.
Yeah.
And you couldn't have had that end scene if that was anyone else. Like if he got captured and a stormtrooper did that to him, right? Walks in and
Yeah.
goes, and it wouldn't be as powerful.
No.
But it's because it is him, and like
So it's just whenever we see him,
and
he's
every
always
time
doing
he does something, he does something so sinister. I mean, he put
Yeah.
freaking the child in handcuffs.
Yeah.
And
he
threatened
told
him with
to
a
stun
lightsaber.
He told him to stun him. He's like, stun him.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So I think they're using him perfectly, and make no mistake, you're gonna get a massive fight, either the next episode or the last. I tend to think it'll probably be the last, unless
It
something
would make more
crazy
sense to be
happens.
the last. But if you would ask me, this is how the third to last chapter ended, I would have been like, no, this is how the season 2 ends. I was expecting Grogu to get kidnapped and that be the cliffhanger for season 3.
Yeah, but see, aren't you glad it's not now?
No, yeah, I like it being here, but I thought that was it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like it here.
Yeah.
So and I think, like, I don't like it's tough because I don't want him to oversaturate him.
So
and
do you
become
like
Vader.
season 2 better or
By
season
far.
1?
Yeah, season 2 I love way more than season 1.
Okay. But you still don't love it. I don't understand.
No, I do love it, but it's just not what I thought it was going to be, and I think that's the whole problem. That's why one of the reasons like I didn't come around to Force Awakens and like the sequels until like even after Last Jedi. It was a couple months after Last Jedi when I finally came around. It was like I like the sequels. It's like because I told you I didn't like
insane to
Kylo. I
me.
didn't really care about the Force Awakens.
That is so baffling.
I think it just takes me time to adjust and accept and really figure out what I do and don't like with these things.
I'm pretty spot on. Very rarely, like with when I say that, I mean my taste.
Yeah.
Very rarely do I see something and I go like, I don't love that.
Yeah, you know how you feel about things basically
Pretty
from
much.
day one.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some
Things
change.
and people, like you just know. You're just
There-
like, okay,
There's some change sometimes, but very rarely.
yeah,
Um,
that's a good thing. Like I wish I had that.
I'm also just like, because the only, like if I hear a song, there's people that like Holly's one of the people that will like, I'll show her a new song and she's like, I don't like it. And then a week later she's playing it and like, I love the song. I'm like, you just said you hated it.
Right? Like I remember.
How do you
told
not?
me.
I don't know if it's just when it comes to music, it's because I'm more musically inclined and I get why I like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's the same thing with Star Wars. Like if I do or don't like something, it doesn't. Like the only time I've ever come around on anything Star Wars has been the Clone Wars show.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
But
it.
because you had to find the good ones, you had to go
'Cause-
through so much crap to get the good.
Yeah, and
it's
every
hard.
time I would watch it, just by happenstance, it was some bull crap episode.
Well, because the chances are you're gonna see a bad episode.
Yeah, but
because
then you go
more
back and
bad
watch
than
stuff
good.
that matters. It's
Yeah.
really dope.
Yeah,
But I don't know. And I'm just saying for my own personal taste, I'm usually pretty on the spot immediately.
yeah.
Like
that's good.
The only time I even questioned it was Last Jedi, and I was like, I don't know if I love this movie or if I hate this movie. And then I went back and saw it the
think
next
that speaks
day.
to like how good it is. 'Cause
Exactly.
it really makes you think. And
Exactly,
question
because
everything.
if it was just like I left Force Awakens going like yes Star Wars, I left Last Jedi being like, huh,
Right.
that was intense and a lot of stuff happened
Yeah,
there.
it's like,
Do
I
I
need to
like it
think
or do
on
I
that.
hate it?
Yeah.
I went back to saw it the very next day, and came out and I was like, this is like my new favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
It's
That's
fantastic.
Maybe that's another reason and why I came around to the sequels and to Kylo and to Rey, because like I saw that I think I want to say 3 times in theaters.
Last
And
Jedi?
like and like I said, it took me like a month or two to be like, no, I really do like these sequels and these characters. I
Yeah.
think The Last Jedi did that for me.
The only character I think that isn't great in the sequels is Rey, but I think
don't
she's
know.
good.
I think Rise made her at least pretty close to great. Pretty damn. Like,
She's. I don't know. This is not a sequel show.
you sounded like me now.
No,
I didn't like Rey at all, but now
I'm
like,
saying like
I'm
instead of
defending Rey.
I'm saying instead of it being like 100%, it's like 93.
Yeah,
like,
but she also has to compete with Kylo
Ben
and Ben,
Solo is
which
one of
is
the best
character ever
of
to me.
all time in
Yeah,
Star Wars. For
when
me.
you have that to like compete and
tough.
play against, like it is tough.
I wish we would have seen more her embrace the dark. Like like when she's on
Yeah,
when she's on Takodana, like that would have been for me like because you remember she goes, you went straight to the dark. Like I wish we would have seen a little bit more of that.
yeah. Which in a way, like we're getting a little bit of that with Grogu. Like when he was put on the
Mm-hmm.
Seeing Stone, he put his hand on the stone, very like Rey-like, and now he's going straight to the dark by force choking people
Yeah.
and throwing them around.
I give him a little bit of credit, like a little bit of slack on that because he is being held hostage at that point,
But I mean,
and he also just doesn't know what the hell's happening. He
he's
just
also
knows-
being raised around violence. Every
Yeah.
5 minutes, Mando's killing somebody.
Yeah,
So,
he's like,
I
this is okay.
That's happening for a reason, and it ties back to like Quill's message in season 1. He's like, the IG wasn't bad; he was just programmed to be a murdering droid.
Yeah.
It's like how you program and raise something is how they're going to turn out.
Yeah,
So Grogu's being raised around all this killing and violence.
it's like guns. They're not inherently bad. It's the
Right.
person that holds the gun.
Guns
that's
don't
bad.
kill people. People kill people with guns.
Yep. America,
America,
Second Amendment.
make America great again.
I actually don't even own guns.
Make them wear masks again.
Oh God.
I don't own guns either.
All right.
I don't care if you do, but
Yeah, I think you should own guns. I just don't. I just happen to not have any.
Nerf guns, those count.
Those definitely count.
Okay.
And you should stay strapped, bro.
Yeah.
You have
Always.
you have an open carry permit for your or
No,
concealed carry for your
Yeah. Totes.
predictions. I think we're gonna go. I think this next episode's gonna be. It's gonna be one of two things. It's either gonna be a long, drawn out escape with, find Mayfeld, escape with them, and then the finale, or they're gonna show up and it's just the episode's gonna start with him and Boba breaking him out, and then halfway through they're gonna meet up with Moff Gideon. There's gonna have to be something where they track where his ship
I was
is.
gonna say they have no clue how to get to Gideon or where he's going. So I think that's where Carson and possibly Wolf come in because
Because
they
of the chain
mentioned
codes and stuff that they have.
and they mentioned earlier they're like these are not isolated incidents.
Yeah.
So like they know about what's going on out here in the Outer Rim and they know about the Empire's presence. So maybe Carson and Wolf, maybe Cara Dune calls him up. She's like, "Hey, we got to find this Moff Gideon guy. Like, what do you know about him?"
Do you know do you know where he is? And
Yeah.
they could find out where he's at.
Yeah. So, because they got to find out somehow. So, I mean, they might not fly in X-wings and shoot Gideon's ship, but they could at least be on radio or comms or something and just be like, okay, he's going to such and such planet or such and such system, whatever. Like, here he is. Go get him.
That'd be dope.
Because they got to get to him somehow.
And then I think my big prediction is that since we've already seen the child try to take the Darksaber from Moff Gideon, he's going to be distracted somehow, and the child's going to kill them with the Darksaber.
Yeah, it could be. I
That's
hope
what
not.
I think.
I really hope not. For a lot of reasons. I think that would look so silly to have a little 2-foot tall plush toy holding a
I think he's going to hold it. He's going to use the Force and just be like,
Ben Solo and Snoke, like Snoke.
Yeah.
Just slice him in half.
no, I think it'll be like he'll take it from him, ignite it, and like use the Force to kill him
Just
with it.
throw it through his chest.
Yeah. or maybe he throws it to Mando and Mando hits him with it, something like that. He's going to
Could
be
be.
involved. They didn't show him reaching for the lightsaber and make a big
No,
deal
yeah.
about it for no reason. So
Yeah.
something's going to happen with that.
Yeah.
But I'm excited, man. So we have this Friday and then next Friday.
Only 2 chapters left.
That's it.
The season flew by.
Season flew by, man.
It
We're
flew
going to watch
by.
the finale together, but I have
Both
to double check my
You gotta
schedule.
watch both episodes
I
together.
got to check my schedule because we're going out of town the day after
You
Christmas.
gotta quit going out of town.
I know.
Well, that's the thing. The day. Wait, it'll be done before Christmas.
It will?
Yeah.
Good. Then we're fine.
Next week it's done.
Cool.
This week and
we'll watch
next
the
week.
last 2 together.
Yeah.
You know what it'd be fun to do? Record our
Just
reaction to the
reactions to the
episode.
whole chapters.
Yeah.
Just video the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk. But
That's what we do on this show. We talk.
That's good.
we Jedi talk.
I'm like dehydrated. I haven't had any water this morning. Let's wrap this up. Oh my God, my voice. Can you wrap this up while I clear my throat?
Well, I don't even really want to fully yet. I've got some
okay.
like Jedi speculation.
Oh, let's do this.
So
I'm curious.
when Grogu's on the Seeing Stone.
I forgot about this too. I have something too.
Yeah, when Grogu's on the Seeing Stone and he like quits calling out, is it because he got distracted? Like you said with the butterflies, did he get distracted? No, let me take that back. No. Did he distract somebody when he was calling them out? Could it be he's distracting Luke from his fight with Leia in the flashback in Episode 9, and that's why Luke looks at Leia the way he does? I can't. I wish I could take credit for this. I saw Austin sent me somebody's TikTok. I forget who it was, so I can't credit him. But it's not my theory. That's his theory. He's like, that's why Luke like hesitates in his little battle with Leia, and that's why he like lifts his mask and looks at Leia, be like, "Are you sensing this too?" Like in his face, and Leia's like looking back at him, like maybe she can sense it too. Because timeline wise, like
that
it
would
lines
be
up,
perfect.
right? It lines up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
wish I could take credit for this, but that's an insanely smart theory.
Okay. So let's go with this theory. I love this theory, and I hadn't thought about. I haven't watched any Star Wars movies in a while, and so
You've never
I
watched
want
a Star Wars movie? Whoa.
No, I've never seen one.
Wow.
I haven't watched them in a while for whatever reason. I've been busy
I just
with other
watched
stuff.
Return of the Jedi 2 nights
That's
ago.
my
again.
favorite
I love
movie.
it.
I love
I
that
have
movie.
the original theatrical releases on DVD.
Do you really?
I love watching Yub Nub.
Oh,
That was the best part of Return of the Jedi.
yeah.
And
It
there's
wasn't,
no
but
stupid,
that's cute.
There's no stupid Jedi rocks.
That's the
Yeah,
worst special edition feature. And anyway,
it is. You don't. Do you have the original theatrical releases?
I have them on VHS, like the
Okay, I have
original
the DVDs, so
ones.
we need to
that,
watch
like,
them and like do a good editions, bad editions. We should do that.
Okay, let's
Because
do
it was cool. Because in the past week,
Write that
I've
down and
watched-
write down the deleted scenes thing too, so
Okay.
we don't forget.
In the past week, I've watched Empire and Return of the Jedi original versions, and I'm like, okay, I like this better. I don't like this. So I didn't watch A New Hope, so I'd have to watch that, obviously.
The New Hope has like the fewest amount of changes.
It really does. It's got the Han shot first change, but
Well, I guess that's not true because then you have the Boba Fett or the Jabba the Hutt where he like walks over it.
walks down his
So
tail.
stupid.
Jabba, you're a wonderful human being.
Yeah,
Like,
to a slug
To a-
creature.
to a
Because you know what he's originally was supposed to look like, right? It was that fat guy in the fur.
Just a vest, like a
yeah,
fur vest.
like a furry vest.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like that theory a lot. I wonder where Tython and Agent Kloss are like location wise.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question.
If you could like get there quickly.
Well, I mean, Slave One has light speed, right? We don't know. Does
I
it have a
don't know.
hyperdrive? It would have to.
I would
Well,
imagine.
well,
Well,
it would have to.
everything has a hyperdrive at some because like it's
TIE fighters don't. At least not original TIE fighters.
no, but
The
those
TIE
are those are
Advance
those are something that you like put out for a fight. I mean, like
Yeah.
ships that people fly around, they all have hyperspeed.
Yeah.
Man, that would be so interesting. Like, but I just don't know how they're gonna pull. Like, if they did that though, people would lose their
But
shit.
They already
in a
have
good
an
way.
out for it. Yeah, because everyone already wants Sebastian
Yes.
Stan. And maybe that's why they leaked all the Rosario Dawson, Bo-Katan rumors.
So
to
this wouldn't
keep
pop
us
out.
distracted from a Sebastian Stan rumor.
Dude. You want to see dude? If Disney did this, they would win. Everyone would go.
They wouldn't get everybody. They'd still be idiots. But a
The
lot of people
mass
would come
majority
around.
would be like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. Yeah.
I would lose my mind. See
Yeah, I
Luke
would too.
Skywalker saving
Yeah.
the child.
Right? Be like, I was with my sister or whatever, but I left to come help you guys do
Oh
this.
my
Like,
god! Oh my god!
yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
What if Luke? I just thought about this. Luke is the one that reaches out and comes find the child and takes him to his school, where then Ben Solo.
Well, Ben doesn't do it. It's the Knights of Ren that do it.
But you know what I'm saying.
But yeah, that's what bothers me so much. Like that's why it's easier to redeem Ben than it is Vader. Ben still did a lot of horrible shit. Like I'm not gonna say he didn't, but people are like, oh, Ben killed all of Luke's students. He didn't.
No,
It was the Knights of Ren. Like calm down. He did kill 3 of Luke's students though. One of them being Ty. So.
Mhm.
He did kill 3, but let's calm down. He didn't kill the whole school.
I know someone listens to this podcast.
They
It's
have
like,
to. So
There's
if you're
just
listening to
no
us,
way.
use Luke. Bring
There's just no
either
way.
Cal or Luke. If you're listening to us, please, Cal or Luke. That's all we'll settle for.
I really want a job at Lucasfilm helping write story because
Oh
I
my
have some
gosh.
ideas.
Yeah, you do. All good, too. Like, not just bad ideas. You have good ideas.
I have some bad ideas.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
That would be pretty sick, though.
yeah.
I wish I could take credit for that theory, and I wish I could credit the guy who did, but it was somebody on TikTok. I don't.
I'm not going to credit anyone who uses TikTok.
Good point. Good point.
Dude, that would be so frigging epic if it is Luke. Or what if it's just Leia? What if
I know.
Leia shows
That's
up?
what we talked about last episode. Leia would be sick.
That'd be dope
Just
too.
Get what's her name? Millie Bobby Brown? Is that her name?
Millie Bobby Brown is the one from Stranger Things. You
No,
talking about
it
Billy
is.
Lord?
Billy Lord. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
that's
why.
her
Because people
daughter.
have fan cast her as okay.
She
yeah.
would work too.
Yeah. Either way, just get one of them. I'd be.
I
down
think
for
you
it.
got to
Love it.
do Billy Lord
Yeah. Out of disrespect.
out
but
of respect
yeah.
to them and
Yeah.
that character in general. Leia. What else were you gonna say?
I mean, but also we don't know the fate of a few other Jedi though. We didn't even think about. I don't know. Is Quinlan Vos even around anymore? Is Rael Averross still alive? We
I
know.
don't want any of those people. And if
No.
of any of those
What
people,
if it was Rael? Rael's sick.
I don't care.
No.
No,
Man, Rael kind of ties into Qui-Gon though, and gives us some Qui-Gon and Dooku action.
don't
Like,
care.
No, but we don't
No,
know if
I
they're
won't
dead or
s-
not.
I-
so
I
it could
want-
be them.
I want it to be, but the two people I want it to be. Well, there's 3.
I think my order has changed now. I would say.
No,
so
it's
you
not
say,
3. Sorry,
Okay,
no,
who,
2.
like, who would you want?
I almost said Obi-Wan, but that doesn't make any friggin' sense whatsoever.
He is dead.
He's dead. I was, sometimes you do that. You're just like,
Ben
that'd be
Kenobi
so cool.
is dead.
I want Cal or I want
Is this
Luke
the
or
order?
Leia.
Okay, that's
I don't
okay.
care.
No?
But it's got to be one of those 3.
Before I saw this theory that we just
Unless they
mentioned,
introduce a new Jedi, which would be kind of
No.
dope.
that would be dope.
Yeah.
No,
Having a new Jedi?
another new Jedi.
Yeah.
That,
What do you mean another
I
new?
survived Order
It's
66.
it's gonna be Ahsoka Tano. Like, let's just be.
That's fine.
It's
I'm
gonna
I'm
be
okay with
Ahsoka.
that. But just
What is happening to my voice?
another Jedi that randomly survives Order 66. No.
There's really not that many.
But if there's another new one and another new one and another new one, every single media gives
Well,
us
I've told you
another
my
new one.
theory about the whole Order
But they would have
66
to
thing
bring
is
that
that
in
it's propaganda.
too. They would have to bring that in too.
That I would love that.
I would too, and that
But
would be
then
like,
it would kind of diminish the prequels a little bit and that scene of them. Well, but they did kill a lot of Jedi, so it's
yeah,
not like they
there
didn't
was
kill anybody.
there was 10,000 Jedi.
So
So yeah, if they killed 9,000 out of the 10,000, that's still pretty good.
if they killed 9,990, I mean, there's not that many Jedi left. I mean, who are there? There's that we know of for sure. Ahsoka Tano,
Ahsoka and Luke and
Cal Kestis. But okay,
and
so I'm
Seer.
saying just survive Order 66. We have Ahsoka Tano,
Okay, and
Cal
Cal
Kestis.
and Seer
Seer.
and Ahmed and
Do the Inquisitors count?
no, because they're not Jedi anymore.
Okay.
They helped carry out Order 66,
Okay.
so no.
No. Okay.
Quinlan Vos, maybe we don't know.
I'm saying
Possibly.
dead set for sure. We
Okay,
know.
for sure, certains.
We've got 4. That's
We got
not a
4.
lot.
Yeah, and then because Luke and Leia weren't for Order 66. But you
Correct.
throw that they're alive, they're around, so that would be 5. But they didn't survive Order 66. So
So
yeah,
I'm saying just survived Order 66. Out
Yeah.
of Obi-Wan,
yeah, duh. Yoda.
Yoda. That's it.
Yeah, I guess that's that we know for sure. What if it's Mace? Mace Windu survived.
Yeah, there's only 5 or 6. I mean, that's not a lot of Jedi that survived. I mean,
Yeah.
Ezra, Kanan,
Oh, duh. See, it just keeps growing. The more we
7.
think about it, like there's probably others that we're forgetting. Like now that we're actually thinking
Costa
about it.
New.
Yeah. See, it just keeps growing. More people keep surviving. Grogu, if he does become a Jedi.
Yeah. But we're talking about, so you're talking about 10 out of 10,000. That's coronavirus numbers.
Seriously, yeah. If those Jedi wore a mask.
Who do you want? Who do you want to see if that's
Before this theory, I was wanting Cal.
Cal?
And not to upset our buddy Tom, but now I want it to be Luke. because that would be awesome if they tied in episode 9.
That'd be so sick.
So I think in my order, I'd say Luke, then Cal, then probably Nakmed. I honestly would love a Nakmed tie-in because I love that book so much. So those are probably my
That's
three.
the one from Force Collector, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kara's grandpa.
I'd be okay with it, but he was in isolation and didn't know that like he had a grandson.
Yeah.
So like it wouldn't make any sense for him to be like, "Hey, I'm going to go well, it is 25 years before Force Collector.
Yeah, so
25, 26 years. So it could
Yep.
be. It could.
he's a lot younger too.
I
'cause he's
don't
not
think
on
they
his
would do
deathbed.
that because no one would know who that is.
No, yeah, like.
And you're going against what you say you don't like. That's another person who survived 66.
But he already exists. It's too late now. We can't
Oh,
we
please.
can't unexist
It
him.
exists because you like it.
I think we talk. If you go back and listen to our like reviews, not the interview, but the reviews, I think we were both like, it's another random guy who survived.
Yeah, I don't like.
I don't like that either. But
yeah.
now that he's here, we got him.
We got to use him somehow.
Might as well use
I'm
him.
just giving you a hard time too.
I don't want another new Jedi. Like if it's some
I would
other
like a new
random
Jedi.
guy.
I think it'd be really cool because we've only had one new Jedi in a new trilogy. Like it would be really cool if there was like some other person like that survived that knew Grogu.
It could be.
Maybe the person that saved Grogu from the temple is the one that comes and gets him.
That also makes me think, though. I was gonna ask you eventually anyway. He couldn't come back in this series now because he's dead. But what if it was Obi-Wan that saved Grogu, and we're gonna get some tie into it in the Obi-Wan series?
That would be amazing.
Where he's like we see a flashback or he's talking to somebody or
He's
whatever.
got like a
but
soft spot because of it. He looks
he
like
saved,
Yoda.
He went and saved Grogu. What
That'd
if it
be
was
amazing.
Obi-Wan?
That would be awesome. I'd be all for it.
Yeah. So that'd be a sick tie-in that would connect this to the Obi-Wan series.
So
like,
cold.
That would be so cool.
I'm freezing.
Yeah, it is pretty cold.
It's cold, man.
It's pretty cold, bro.
Anything else?
Anything else?
Anything else?
Well, okay, last thing. What if the Darksaber can actually cut Beskar, and it's the only thing that can cut Beskar?
I thought we saw that it can't in the Clone Wars.
The Darksaber?
Yeah, right.
We don't see it like make contact with Beskar in the Clone Wars.
Well, it would make sense because that
It
would
was
be why
made
the
by
Mandalorians would
Mandalorians.
have it.
Yeah,
Would
and they're
be
the only people that wear
two
Beskar. And so if they make their
against-
thing strong enough to even cut Beskar, it can cut anything.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And yeah, and we don't know that. It's not canon. Like we already knew.
I thought we knew that it.
We already knew Beskar could block lightsabers, and then we had it confirmed in Ahsoka's
Ahsoka Tano,
chapter, The Jedi. We had it like officially confirmed, but we don't know. I don't know what a Darksaber can and can't do.
I don't know. I think we're gonna find out.
That'd be
We're
sick.
gonna find out.
It can kill Moff Gideon. Hopefully not, but it can.
He's gonna get murked.
He better be around. So then, who comes in as the non-existent villain for next season?
Somebody else. You're gonna eventually have to have no Empire.
No, you're not. Well, yeah, because they're gonna have to be the First
First
Order.
Order. So
That's fine with me. They're still villains. So who's the
what
villain
if we
then?
get the guy from Last Jedi, the general from
Captain Kennedy?
Captain Kennedy.
Ooh, yes.
If he's like the next villain, that
That'd
would be
be sick.
amazing.
That'd be sick.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
5 bloody minutes ago.
What if we get Hux's dad?
Okay, see now you're talking my language.
Yeah. I always get
Is
it
it
wrong. Armitage or
Armitage?
Grendel? Which one is which?
Brendel. He's Brendel.
Brendel? Okay.
Yeah, Brendel Hux is the dad.
Okay. Yeah, what if we get Brendel?
That'd be so dope.
That'd be nice.
Dude, that would be a big reveal.
Please, yeah.
Because even people who don't know who Brendel is, if you said Admiral Brendel Hux, you would assume it's his dad.
Yeah, once you say Hux, yeah. And no one in that kind of setting is going to address someone by their first name. So
No.
it wouldn't just be like, hey, Brendel.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so you can
Right,
do
it'd
that.
be Admiral Hux, and it would
Yeah.
turn out to be a different person. You would assume it's his dad because
Yeah.
of when this takes place. That'd be cool. And I think you could even further down the line, you could have Phasma be of presence.
Yeah, we don't know how many seasons we're looking at, and like if there's time
4.
jumps
I
between
thought
seasons.
they said 4.
It's not like confirmed.
Oh.
Like 3 is in the works, obviously, and like they're like
Yeah,
we
they're gonna
could
start
go-
filming 3 soon, aren't they?
Yeah, Cassian and Obi-Wan are filming soon.
Yeah,
Actually,
in January.
Cassian just
And
yeah.
And Obi-Wan's gonna start filming in Boston. Did you hear about
I
this?
didn't hear that. No.
Yeah.
Whoa. Why Boston?
Filming I don't
Is there
know.
a volume in Boston?
I don't know.
I guess so.
Maybe it's just one of those states that's open. They're like, we've got to film there.
Yeah, I guess.
You
It's
could
like,
make old like downtown Boston look Star Warsy.
yeah,
You could.
yeah. It depends on the
It could-
planet.
It
I
could
guess.
work.
Yeah.
Bostonia.
Boston.
That's where Mayfeld's from.
Oh my gosh,
Hey, Mando.
totally could.
You friggin' dork. All right, let's get. I was gonna say something else, but I decided not to. All right, let's wrap this up. I'm freezing, and I got to go on a bike ride. Evan, where can the good people of the internet find you?
Specifically, the good people only. Basically, just Instagram at this point. I've fallen off on YouTube. I don't do Twitter anymore, thankfully. Dude, it's been 2 months, and life is amazing without Twitter.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
There's no stress.
Just don't do it.
You don't know what's going on. It's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yep. Just Instagram, though. Evan T. Boucher.
Evan T. Boucher. You can follow. Don't follow me anywhere. Just go enjoy the show, and yeah, that's all you got to do. Just write a review of the show. It's in lieu of following me on any social media platform. Just write a review on iTunes and just say you like the show.
I would trade that. I don't have many followers, but all my followers, if it was just they all did that instead, I would trade that.
So I'm gonna. I have an idea of how I'm gonna. Okay, that's off-air conversation. But thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast. We will see you on the next episode. We're gonna do a real Jedi talk soon. There just hasn't been a ton of news. There's been no reason to do one really.
No. We'll have to do, like we said, a deleted scene / theatrical release video, whatever. Yeah.
We'll do that on the next episode. Until then, we'll see you next time. May the Force be with you.
Always.